Good morning, guys. It is Friday morning. I'm headed on my way to work. I have a half day of procedures today, and that's it. I have been gaining essentially 100 followers every single night, and if not more, when I wake up in the morning. I've grown a ton very quickly, which is obviously a good thing, and is something that I'm completely kind of unexpected. So obviously I'm putting a ton of effort into social media, into educating, all those kinds of things, but I never expected it to actually start growing this quickly, which it is. There's a whole bunch of other problems and other kind of questions that come up when this happens. Number one is I never want to be just like this influencer that just has a ton of followers, posts stuff, and yada yada. I want to build an education platform. I want to build something where people actually understand and learn about MSK medicine rather than just kind of blindly following another social media doctor out there. And when I have this many followers that are gaining this quickly, number one, I have no clue who's following me. I don't know the population or anything like that. Normally when I was growing, I could like click on every single person, be like, oh, this person, blah, 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 check their bio, yada, yada. I can't do that anymore. So I have no clue who the hell is following me, which is fine, I guess, but also I guess it'd be unrealistic to know if I did get a large following of who everyone is, but it just kind of feels weird now that I'm actually getting to this point. And another thing is that once you get to this point, brands start approaching you for things. I had my first brand message last night, which is odd because I've never encountered that scenario. I don't know what kind of like the protocol is for those kinds of things, if there is one. Especially as a physician, when you have additional responsibilities, it's very tough to kind of navigate those things sometimes, because you want to make sure that you're using your credentials responsibly, because if you say something is good, and if you're working with a brand, then people have a higher level of trust than just some other influencer who's using it. So there's a whole ethical kind of thing there, which I have to think about, which I never had to think about before. And yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that is coming along with this. I'm super grateful, super happy that my efforts are paying off and that it's growing. It's a good problem to have, but there's new problems. We don't have too much left longer in Phoenix, so on my half days, we've been trying out some new restaurants. This was a vegan restaurant called the Coronado. Honestly, not that great. It was very, very one note. There was not a lot of depth of flavor. That burrito was pretty much just the same app that we got, just in burrito form. Onyx is always amazing. It's one of the best places in Phoenix here. And then I was working this weekend, so here is Saturday morning in the hospital. Finished up at the hospital for the day today. A little bit slower of a day than it has been in the last couple of weeks. I am going to head home, get changed, because we are going to go watch the Manchester City match at a Manchester City pub. So that should be fun. Notes are all done for the day. Of course, wearing my Man City shirt today for the big win. Gonna go out and do some chores, go to Costco, go to H Mart, go pick up some stuff for the week, and go do some other stuff. Part of the training for this ultra is me running at 100 degrees, which is definitely challenging. The crazy part is that when you're running out here in Phoenix at 100 degrees, you barely even sweat because it's so dry. I just stopped at a coffee shop to get a cup of water, pour it all over me. Feels much cooler. Good way to get some evaporation. A close friend of mine recently suffered the loss of his dog, unfortunately, so we were just spending some extra time with Kyoko these days, especially at the end of the day. Just watching her, playing with her, having a good time with her, because obviously dog lives are pretty short, so if you do have a puppo, then spend some extra time with them after watching this video. Done for the weekend on Sunday, seeing patients. Gonna go home, do my notes as usual, watch Arsenal, hopefully drop points to West Ham, and then got a busy day filming content and getting stuff ready for Instagram for the rest of the week. Sunday afternoon, done with all of my notes. Unfortunately, West Ham lost, so more than likely Arsenal's gonna win the season. It's now time to sit down and film all of my videos for my social media stuff this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Doing that for a little bit, gonna start editing, making sure all those are ready, and make sure if you're not already, go follow the MSK doc where all this stuff is going, and I'll see you in a little bit. This is Monday morning, still working out, and my split has pretty much just been the same. I change exercise around every once in a while. I feel like my strength has actually gotten pretty decent on these dumbbell presses here. I haven't really been able to do hundreds for many sets before, and I'm able to do that pretty easily now. I haven't touched a barbell in quite a while, so I'm excited to see if I do start pushing powerlifting again, to see what that's going to be. Still doing a lot of back, a lot of that other kind of stuff. I've taken a step away from lower body just a little bit. I'm slowly starting to put that back in due to my hamstring, but getting stronger. It's hot. Tis the season, put this thing back on because it is back to 100-ish degrees. Worst part about this is getting into the car. It's an absolute sauna. Everything is just burning in here. The steering wheel's hot, seatbelt's hot, everything's just burning. And then you have to take this cover off and the sun hits you. It's so hot. Car says it's 115 out right now. It's that point of Phoenix where you're like, this is the new normal. Back to a morning run today. Yesterday was just a little too hot to run in the evening. So 5 a.m. here I am. We are going to the airport to pick up one of Tessa's friends who's gonna be staying with us for a little bit. One of the things about Phoenix, once it starts to get to May, is all of the snowbirds are gone, which means that the roads are like empty. So there's no traffic pretty much anywhere at this point, which is amazing because it makes getting everywhere way easier. Tessa's sitting in the back because Kyoko is with us, so we can do a gradual introduction to our visitor because Kyoko doesn't really like visitors that much. So we'll head to the airport. Probably won't film too much of our guest in this vlog, but you'll see some of it in the next vlog. So stay tuned for that. Outside of that, not too much going on. I think it was my last day in one of our clinics because I'm moving on my rotations and fellowship. And that's probably it for this vlog. So thanks for watching. See you later.